Gita started his spiritual journey in 1998, and in 2009 he joined the Mayapur Institute of National Education in India. He has been actively engaged in individual preaching service, traveling and giving lectures in Ukraine, very important countries these days, India, South Africa, Europe and US. His preaching work includes not only teaching at the institutes of Sundar and Mayapur, but also organizing seminars and virtual educational programs on Vaishnava philosophy. So since 2015, he has been actively preaching pedagogy, focusing on Bhakti Shastri and Bhakti Vedanta courses, contributing to the spiritual development of his students and followers. So in 2025, as happened recently, Gaura was awarded the status of Bhakti Vedanta. Nice to see you here, get you here. Thank you.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON San Diego Yatra ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna to everyone. Dear devotees, dear guests, thank you for coming for this evening, for reading Bhagavad Gita. And I am very happy to be back to this wonderful, glorious place of San Diego. And we meeting today on a special occasion. Today we have Vaishnava festival, right? We have a big day today. Today is a day of appearance of Srila Haridasa Thakur. Disappearance day, oh, okay. Tirubhava, Virbhava, we're celebrating the same platform. Doesn't matter, this is festival. Disappearance day also a festival, because Vaishnavas are going back to Godhead. So, yes, today is a beautiful day of disappearance. Tirubhava Mahotsav of Srila Haridasa Thakur, who is considered to be Namacharya of the holy name. He is a great associate of Lord Chaitanya. So we very much acknowledge him and we glorify him every day. We praying to him. Namaste Haridasya Namananthinantare Namacharya Dhire Chaitanya Kirtaya Namaha. Also today is a day of, what is the day today? Today is a Chaturdashi, Ananta Chaturdashi Vrata. Also a special day. It's a 14th day of lunar months of Bhadra, very auspicious months. Tomorrow is going to be a very auspicious day, Bhadra Purnima. It's a special day for sharing Bhagavatam, for getting benefits of reading Bhagavatam, sharing and distributing Bhagavatam. So tomorrow we'll discuss that. But today is also a wonderful day, 14th day of this month, which is we have a great event on this day, and this is Ananta Vrata Chaturdashi. Ananta Dev, you know Ananta Dev? Is a gigantic cosmic serpent, Ananta Dev. So he is like a coach for Lord Vishnu, who is residing, who is lays down on this bed coach, floating on the surface of the milk ocean or causal ocean somewhere there. And this Ananta, by the way, we have two Ananta Devas. One is called Ananta Shesh, who upholds the whole planetary systems on his heads, on his hoofs. Bhu, Mandala, huge, different levels. And this, by the way, is a Jiva, empowered Jiva. It's called Shakti Veshavatara. He empowered incarnation. But another one is called Ananta Dev. And Ananta Dev is like a coach for Vishnu, right? So Vishnu lays down on Nidra Yoga and meditation. And he's floating. And he just relies on this huge serpent. By the way, Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, of the serpent, I am Ananta, in 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And today we're reading Bhagavad Gita, right? So normally we're doing Bhagavad Gita class. Yes? Are you happy with that? So we're going to do thematical study or maybe overview, or we'll read some verse or whatever you like, so we can present today. What would you like today to to discuss about Bhagavad Gita? Do you have any specific preferences to discuss? How are you, by the way? Are you happy today? Yes? Okay, I see. You're happy in Krishna consciousness? Yes. It's a beautiful place, San Diego. Huh? So where is it? What time is darshan today? Do you have darshan after 8? 8:15, okay. So class is going till 8:15, yeah? Okay, any specific topic, any burning questions, anyone like to discuss anything about Bhagavad Gita, or just I have to go and we just, along the way, we can do discussion, or how you doing normally? Yeah? I just start to speak and let's see, we're picking up something on the way, yeah? All right, so let us pray first. Yeah? We're doing our prayers to our spiritual masters, to Srila Prabhupada, to Srila Haridas Thakur and Antadev as well. Okay? So please pray responsibly. Om Gyanati Mirandasya Gyana Gyana Chalakaya Chakshur Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhadeshmati Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Yantak Pravishtam Vachimam Prasuptam Sanjivayanti Khila Shakti Dam Sodam Namanyam Shahastam Charanam Sharanam Samadik Pranam Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tupyam Adantastri Nandam Tairine Yashki Punak Punashima Drupam Padam Bujam Durisyam Janma Janmani Namaste Haridasyanam Namrinantari Namacharya Deshaitanya Kirtaya Namaha Sarva-upanishada Gavadutha Gopalanandana Parthavatsa Sudhir Bhakta Duktha Gita Amrita Mahat Hare Krishna. Oh, please, yeah.
Can we discuss the 13th chapter from Bhagavad Gita? Can we discuss the 13th chapter from
13.
Bhagavad Gita?
Number 13.
13.
Oh, 13. It's the most philosophical, eh? Okay, the nature, consciousness, and absolute, eh? Right?
Yeah.
Is anybody agreed? You don't mind? Yeah? So, chapter 13 of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, it's good choice. So let us discuss. Is anybody read before Bhagavad Gita? How many of you? Chapter 13? By the way, we have Bhagavad Gitas here in the temple room. If you want, we give you. But probably you have your smartphones and there is Gita base. You can open, you can read Bhagavad Gita from. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna Jai. Granthara Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. So Bhagavad Gita, it is considered to be perfect theistic science because it's spoken by Krishna himself. And whoever tried to understand Bhagavad Gita in disciplic succession, in the line of spiritual masters, without any personal interpretation, he will surpass all the wisdom of the Vedas and all the scriptures of the world, such a specific standard of Bhagavad Gita. By our acharyas, Bhagavad Gita considered to be the summary study of entire Vedic literature and the conclusion of all the Vedas. Just by reading Bhagavad Gita, you can understand, you can grasp the essence of the Vedas, right? So this is the beauty of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, and we read in Bhagavad Gita as it is, with Bhaktivedanta purports. There are many versions of Bhagavad Gita in the world. So our Bhagavad Gita is as it is, spoken by Krishna himself and translated and commented by Srila Prabhupada. So this is our Bhagavad Gita. So let us look up at chapter 13. And chapter 13, entitled The Nature, Enjoyer, and Consciousness. Original title is Prakriti Purusha Vibhaga Yoga. And so, you know, Bhagavad Gita has specific structure. It's spoken on a battlefield in the middle of the armies on the Kaddish day, by the way. And Krishna was speaking like that, but our acharyas, they made certain structure of this conversation, which is considered to be maybe most philosophical conversation in the history of the humanity. So they broke up on the 18 chapters, right? And Bhagavad Gita, actually, presented by Krishna. Krishna being a most perfect teacher of Bhagavad Gita, and he's a supreme authority on absolute truth. By the way, he is a knower of the Vedas, and he is a compiler of the Vedanta Sutra. And the essence of the Vedas to understand Krishna, right? Vedaischa sarvair aham eva vedi vedanta krit vedavit eva chaham. By the Vedas, I am to be known, Krishna said, right? So, and our acharyas explain in a very sweet way. So Bhagavad Gita designed in a way that there are 3 sections, right? And it's like a jewel box. So there are 3 constituent parts. First one is bottom, right? Another one is lid on the top. And inside is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. There is some jewel inside, hidden. So it's consisted of 3 parts. And first one is bottom. It's Karma Yoga. First 6 chapters, right? Explain the yoga of action, art of action. So Bhagavad Gita is a very unusual, very unique book, which is explain how to act, how to live, how to die, right? And there are some levels of confidentiality. Maybe we can speak later about that. So first part is Karma Yoga, right? Because Karma Yoga preparing you for meditation, right? So how to act properly, not getting result of your action, but purifying yourself and get ready for meditation to enter into the trance. Then in the middle, then the last 6 chapters explain Jnana Kanda, Jnana section, right? It's knowledge about legs. It starts from the 13th till the 17th chapter. Explains section about Jnana, how to get liberation from the material existence. There are different sections of the knowledge, like modes of nature, 3 modes of nature, or explain Purusha Prakriti Vibhaga Yoga, 14th chapter. 15th chapter is Purushottama Yoga. Then divine and demoniac, explain the what is called Daiva Asura Sampada, 2 different types of living entities, those who live in this world. Then 17th chapter explain different elements in the modes of nature, and how to perform tapa, yagya, and dana. And then 18th chapter is like a summary study, conclusion. And Krishna, he is like a perfect teacher. He speaks Bhagavad Gita 3 times. In one Bhagavad Gita, he explained Bhagavad Gita 3 times. Can you imagine? So first chapter, it's like setting the scene, right? It's connection with Mahabharata, where there is a big battle and bewilderment of Arjuna. He got into depression. It's called Vishada Yoga, right? So he got bewildered, and he hit the crisis in life. So from crisis start our spiritual life, by the way. We cannot start our spiritual life without losing our faith in material existence, in material happiness. That's what happened with Arjuna. So he lost his faith, he got ready for spiritual upliftment, right? He hit the crisis. He became desperate, because on the other side there were his relatives and friends and gurus, spiritual masters. So he had to fight against. So he was completely overwhelmed. And this is Vishada Yoga. So you can connect to Krishna through depression even. Vishada Yoga means depression. You see? Yoga means connection, right? To link up to the Supreme. So, and this is preparation for surrender to spiritual master. And then, when Arjuna, he was a pious person, and Arjuna and Krishna, he was his spiritual master. He was able to surrender to him, and he prayed to him. Karpanya dosha pahatam svabhavam prishhami yat dharma damudhichetam yat shreyasyam nishitam pruhitadme. Prapanam, he said, Prapanam, I am surrendered to you. I am yours. I am overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. And so Krishna started to explain Bhagavad Gita. Second chapter is the first explanation of Bhagavad Gita in very brief, preliminary overview of Bhagavad Gita. He done it like doing second chapter. The whole topics of Bhagavad Gita presented in second chapter. If you read it carefully, you see there is science of the soul, there is how to take proper guidance, then there is a Buddhi Yoga, there is Sankhya Yoga, there are Karma Yoga, all these different topics, subject matters, which are discussed further by Krishna. And then actual Bhagavad Gita starts from third chapter and goes up to 17th chapter. This is factual essence. So Krishna explained everything in concise, precisely. All different. Basically, he presented the ladder of yoga. Ladder of yoga is a content of entire Vedic literature. And Bhagavad Gita is giving brief explanation of entire Vedas. Summary study. So Krishna explains the ladder of yoga, hierarchy. And then he made a conclusion at the end. Chapter 18 is conclusive overview, summary study of all the Bhagavad Gita. So he gave 3 times Bhagavad Gita. So if you read Bhagavad Gita 3 times, he's like a perfect teacher. He knew how to teach, and he presented Bhagavad Gita in 3 times. So we're talking about the jewel box of Bhagavad Gita, where there is a bottom, Karma Yoga, then lid on the top. This is Jnana. Jnana protects jewel inside of Bhagavad Gita, which is Raja Yoga, Raja Guhyam, Raja, essence of Bhagavad Gita, covered by philosophical knowledge, so that you can discriminate what is wrong, what is right, right? So this is on the top, this is lid of Bhagavad Gita. And inside is a jewel, is the essence, Raja Guhyam, secret, confidential secret. So, and Krishna explained this section of Jnana. He starts from the 13th chapter. He explained Prakriti Purusha Vibhaga Yoga. And here is the main topic of Bhagavad Gita in this chapter. He presented Sambandha Gyan. You know Sambandha Gyan? Vedic science consists of 3 sections. Normally they explain Sambandha, Abhidheya, and Prayojana. You know this terminology? Yeah? Sambandha means connection, fundamental relationship, interaction between different tattvas. Tattva, you know tattva? Pancha tattva, Nama tattva, Guru tattva, Ishvara tattva, Maya tattva, Jiva tattva. Wake up tattva, don't sleep on the class, Bhagavad Gita class tattva. So there's different tattvas. Tattva means which exists eternally. It's a metaphysical concept or theological truth, tattva. And basically in Bhagavad Gita discussing 5 main tattvas, main topics, which kind of forms the triangle. It's called triangle of Sambandha Jnana, where there is on the top Ishvara Tattva, right? There's a knowledge about Supreme. Then Jiva Tattva means knowledge about the living entity, and Maya Tattva, right? Knowledge about material nature. And between these three different interactions, different relationship, different sambandha, how we connected to each other, how living entity connected to material world and also to this Ishvara, to Supreme. So, for example, how we reciprocate with Maya, with material energy. Is anybody can help me? How we interact with material nature. What's our relationship? What's our sambandha with? Is anybody knows? How we dealing with Maya, with our body, material body. Gross material body consists of material elements and subtle body of the mind. How we dealing with that? Through the karma. It's called karma, right? Every action has equal and opposite reaction. What goes around comes around. Karma tattva. So we reciprocate with Maya through the cause and effect chain. This is what is going on. Then we reciprocate with the Supreme Lord by, on which platform? What is the sambandha with the Supreme? How we interact with God? We worship Him. It's called Bhakti, right? Bhakti. You can connect to Krishna only through the Bhakti, not through karma, not through anything else. So our eternal relationship with Krishna, our sambandha gyan, our connection through Bhakti, pure devotional service. Anya Bhilasha Shunyam Gyana Karma Dyanavritam. Anukulyena Krishna Nushulanam. We have to please Krishna, please his senses. And then Ishvara reciprocate with Maya. In what way? How he deals with Maya, with material nature. There is another topic which is called Kala. Kala means time factor, right? So Supreme Lord casts his glance upon Maya, and this is called Kala, Shakti, enters in. And Maya starts to fluctuate, transform. All different transformation are going on here because of Kala factor, which comes from the Lord. And this is the will of the Lord, supreme power, his Kala. Okay? So this is three different tattvas and different sambandhas between. This is called Sambandha Jnana. And basically this 13th chapter explains this interrelations, interconnection between all these different things. That's why it's called Purusha Prakriti Vibhaga Yoga, or what is called? Enjoyer consciousness and absolute, right? Yeah, Prabhupada translated it like nature, enjoyer and consciousness. What that? There's three. Nature means material nature, Maya Tattva. Enjoyer is the Supreme Purusha, who is the Ishvara, Krishna. And consciousness means Jiva, Jiva Tattva, right? So interconnection between them. And this is called knowledge. So knowledge means Kshetra, Kshetragna Yor Gyana. Understanding about Kshetra, or field of the activities, and Kshetragya, knower of the field. Who is knower of the field? Jiva, who placed in the field of activities, the body. So we have this body, and knowledge about spirit, about matter, and the source of everything, about Purusha, is considered to be knowledge. This is the definition of knowledge, right? Like, for example, in the modern science, they're dealing with the gross material nature. They mixing these gross material elements like earth, fire, water, ether. That's it. They don't have any knowledge about subtle material energy, about consciousness, about jiva, about soul, or to speak about supreme soul. So, but full knowledge, real science, is kshetra, kshetra ginor, gyana. Knowledge about spirit, about matter, and about source of everything. This is triangle of sambandha. an understanding of interrelation between them, interaction, how they reciprocate with, what the type of connection they have between each other. This is called knowledge. This is called sambandha. And this is basically Krishna explained in 13th chapter. So giving you overview on the whole chapter. And there is a given secret how we fell and how we're stuck in this material nature in this chapter. Because this chapter gives you mukti or liberation from material existence. If you understand this chapter, it's given blessings like Shruti Pala. You know, when you hear this chapter, when you realize it, you can get free from the modes of material nature. You can get liberation. And it is explained that Purusha prakriti sthuhi bhunkte prakritir janguna karana guna sangasyat sat asat yoni janmasu. So this is basically brief life story, how we got stuck in this material nature. Purusha prakriti sthuhi. When we adopted this mood of enjoyer, Purusha Abhiman, it's called Purusha. Abhiman means an idea about oneself, like I am a Purusha, I am a supreme enjoyer. And we reciprocate with the modes of nature. Bhunkte prakritir janguna. In wrong consciousness, we started to enjoy this material, exploit it. Aparayam itastvanyam prakritir vidhime param. Jiva bhuta mahabaho. What is called? Yayeda jharete jagat. So supreme energy, parashakti, which are jivas. I think nobody here is Vishnu Tattva, right? Everyone is jiva. No Vishnu Tattvas. So this jiva is tried to exploit this lower nature, which is called aparashakti, right? It's inert. So we try to exploit and, you know. Therefore, this is karana, or means a cause of our bondage. Karana guna sangasyat, reciprocation with the modes. Guna sanga means association with gunas. So we're stuck in that, and then we get in different result of our association with matter. Sat asat yoni janmasu. Sometimes we get in good result, sometimes bad, sometimes mixed result. Three modes of nature, right? Sometimes we suffer, sometimes we so-called experience so-called happiness, sometimes mixed consciousness, means rajas. So this is the cause of our bondage in material nature. So Krishna explained here in the 13th chapter. So basically this chapter is very important so that you can, by understanding this knowledge, you can get free from the clutches of Maya, from the modes of nature. Yeah? You can uplift yourself, you can escape from the clutches of material existence. That's why Krishna explained this topic. And actually this topic is very important and is discussed in many different philosophies. For example, in Greek philosophy, antique philosophy, in Vedic philosophy, in modern philosophy, also they explain consciousness, absolute, and nature. Or they discuss in Jagat, Jagadish, and Jiva, right? Or Purusha Prakriti, Vibhaga, Yoga. So it's different terminology, but these are very important points, and actually it's basically discussed in all different philosophies. So Krishna presenting the things here. Anything else about this chapter you want to know? And at the end of the chapter, he explained the nature of consciousness. So consciousness is the energy of the soul. It comes from the soul, like light comes from the sun, and this light able to enlighten entire universe. In the same way, energy of the soul, which is consciousness, comes from the soul and illuminates the entire body, pervading through. So this is the sign of higher consciousness, of existence of the soul, wherever there is a consciousness. So if you look at different species of life, like Padma Purana explained 8,400,000 species, right? There's some aquatics, reptiles, immovable living entities. It's called stavara. Birds, quadruples, all these different things. And Manushya Chaturlakshanam, 400,000 species of a human form of life, right? And in all these different species are spirit soul is there. And consciousness is a sign of soul present in the body, in different bodies. So, and this is unique. You cannot measure it. You cannot understand it because it's achintya. It's inconceivable. It's divine. It's given by a Lord because we're part and parcels of the Supreme Lord. Mamayavam Sho Jiva Loke Jiva Buddha Sanatanam. So we're part and parcels. We're a fragmental part of the Supreme Consciousness. So we have this consciousness. This is subtle energy, and this is spiritual. And wherever there is a consciousness, that means there is the soul. Soul is everywhere. It's called Svarat, because it exists in all different elements, in water and fire and earth and ether and wherever. In the spiritual atmosphere, in material atmosphere. So soul can go anywhere. And because we have a free will, we can move around the creation. We can turn to material world, we can go back to the spiritual world. In Upanishads it is explained it's like a fish which is floating in a river of desires. Sometimes it goes to the one shore, sometimes it's going to the opposite shore, to the material creation, which is ekopada vibhuti, which is 1/4 of entire creation. And sometimes if it's lucky, so it turns to the spiritual world, which is eternally exist, and it's called tripada vibhuti, or 3/3 of the creation. And if we attain the supreme paramgati or supreme destination, we never falls back, we never come back in this material world. Yadgatvada nivartante tadhama paramamama. Krishna explained 3 times. When we reach spiritual world, we never come back to this world. This world of temporary existence and dukkhalayam is a place of miseries, right? Where there is old age, birth, disease, and death, from Brahma Loka to down to the Patala Loka, everywhere exists. So here is no safe place here. No safe place. Even US, even California, even San Diego, such a nice place. No safe place. It's called Mrityu Loka, place of death. And wherever you go, up and down, up to Brahma Loka, even to the highest planetary systems, Kshene Pune Mritya Lokam Vishanta, as soon as your punya will finish, so you're falling down back to this Mrityu Loka, which is place of miseries, where there is a death, old age, disease, and so many other miserable things. Threefold miseries, time factor, three modes of nature, karma, gunas, so on and so forth, right? So you have to deal with that. You have to fight against. And this is very terrible. So we don't meant for this. We meant for Vrindavan. We meant for Goloka. This is our eternal place. We're not meant for San Diego, for Los Angeles, New York, even for Delhi, Mumbai, or some other places in India. We meant for Vrindavan. And when we reach Vrindavan, Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport in the 8th canto, then we'll unite with Krishna, and then we'll stay with him, walk with him, play with him, eat with him, and dance with him. This is the goal of life. That's what we're meant for, to dance with Krishna. And Rupa Goswami said in his beautiful writings, he said, goal of life is to join the nocturnal dance in the pleasure groves of Vrindavan. Such a beautiful goal of life. But we have to understand a little bit more. And Srila Prabhupada explained this is different reciprocation of transcendental moods or bhavas with Krishna, Sachit Ananda. So we exchange with Krishna with different mellows, sweet mellows in devotional service. So this is brief explanation of 13th chapter. Do you have any comments or questions on that? What would you like to discuss next? Maybe.
You said soul exists everywhere.
Yeah.
Soul in fire.
In fire, in air, in the ether, in the earth, in the stone, in rock as well. Soul is there.
But soul is for the living beings, not for in non-living. Soul is there in living beings, not in non-living.
Soul is living, is eternally living being, is eternally alive, and soul is only one. There is no different types of soul. Of course, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he divides on the two types of the soul. Eternally liberated soul is called Nitya Mukta, and eternally conditioned soul, which are called Nitya Baddhas. But in itself, soul, same type, same nature, same quality. There is no corrupted soul or advanced soul, Soul is the same everywhere, in the trees, immovable living entities, in the sardines in the ocean, in human beings, in Indian body, Ukrainian body, Russian body, American body. So soul is the same. That's why pandits or learned man, he sees soul in every living entities. He said, Vidya vinaya sampane brahmana gavi hastini shune chaiva svapakicha panditach samadarshana. Pandita means learned man. Samadarshana means equal vision. He sees in cow, in the elephant, in the dog eater, in the brahmana, in the dog. Soul is everywhere, same soul. Where we look, everywhere is a soul, but soul is the same. Part and parcels of Krishna. Mamayevam sho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanadam. Krishna explained Jiva Tattva in 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And this is Jiva, is eternal servant of Krishna. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, our acharyas explain more about soul. It is saying that Jivera Svarupa Haya Krishnera Nityadas. So our Svarupa, our eternal form, we are eternal servant of Krishna. Your Svarupa is fixed already. So you are servant of Krishna for eternity.
When the person dies, they say the soul is departed.
Yes.
So then there is soul only in the living beings, not in the dead people.
Yeah. Where there is no life, that means soul left body. Soul is left environment, and then matter is dead, because matter is inert, is not life, it's not living matter. It's a dead matter, inert matter. And it started to fall apart. It's immediately, decays and decomposed, rotten, and, turned into no soul. There is no soul. Yeah. So, if we are still alive, are you alive? Are you still with me? So that means spirit soul is there, and soul is always wants to love somebody and wants to be loved by someone. If you're still alive, that means you hoping for love, or somebody love you, or maybe you love somebody. This is a life necessity of the soul. So we want to love somebody, and we want to be loved by someone. So this is our constitutional inherited nature. We cannot live without love. And it's called prayojana. Prayojana means life necessity. And life necessity is love. You see? If you're still alive, are you alive? Yeah? You okay? So that means you're still hoping to get this love. Right? And this is constitutional nature of the soul. All we need is love, like George Harrison said. Krishna, all we need is love. That's a main desire of the soul. So we can't survive without love. Or otherwise we're just moving around like a dead corpse. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. That's it, like a bodies, material bodies. No life, no emotions. no hope, no aspiration, right? So love is moving force, love, so we want love. And there are three original desires of the soul, I'll tell you. You want to know? What are the three original desires? According to Rupa Goswami, he explained his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he explained that three desires of the soul. It's called Prapti Abhilash. Abhilash means desire. Suhrita Abhilash and Anukula Abhilash. So soul wants to reach God, to be with God. Prapti Abhilash. Soul wants to please the senses of the Lord. And soul wants to be close, Suhrit, become dear to Krishna. So this is three desires of the soul. Be with Krishna, please Krishna, and also loved by Krishna. This is called love. And those who deviated from Krishna, so we perverted our desires. These three original desires turned into three perverted, deviated desires. One is called, I want to be God. I want to be God. Not I want to reach God, but I want to become God. And then I want to please my senses, not Krishna's senses, but my senses. And I want to control everything. And these three desires are called Jnana, Karma, and Yoga. And this is three deviations from the original path, original nature of the soul. That's why Bhakti, according to Rupa Goswami, he given definition. Bhakti means no any mixtures, pure desire to please Krishna's senses without any karma, jnana, and yoga. Right? Anyabhilashita sunyam jnana karma dinavritam. Anukuliyena Krishnanushilanam bhaktir uttama. So bhaktir uttama. Uttama means pure bhakti. No karma, jnana, yoga. No desire to please my senses, to control everything, and to become God. Right? No, there's three kind of crazy desires. So we want to come back. We want to love Krishna, be with Krishna, and be loved by Krishna. Is anyone here want to reestablish your original desires? Is it okay? You want? So that's why we have to study Bhagavad Gita and have sadhu sangha every time, every Saturday at least, and chant Hare Krishna. Is it okay? What's the time now? So we have little time. I just want to be you interact a little bit. Otherwise, you listen to me. Maybe you can get bored. So you can ask or you can make comments if you want. Huh? Please. Yes.
You could speak about difference of love towards devotees and Krishna. What is the difference? How that love is maturing towards Krishna for loving and appreciating devotees?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, according to Rupa Goswami, I am always referred to our seniors. I don't speak from my mind. So Rupa Goswami explained there are 6 loving exchange between devotees. Right? It's called Shadvidhi Priti Lakshanam. Rupa Goswami explained his Upadeshamrita, a very beautiful book. Very small, you can read it in one, I don't know, in one seat you can just finish everything. But to understand it takes time. So he explained, Dadami pratigrihnati guhyam akhyati prichhati bhunkte bhujayate chaiva shadvithi priti lakshanam, right? That's correct. So there are 6 loving exchanges between the devotees, mature devotees, those who mature, those who pure devotees. They reciprocate with each other through the 6 loving exchange. Does anybody remember those 6? Please help me. Give prasadam. Receiving prasadam and giving prasadam as well. So like Divyamani Prabhu, he brought to me wonderful Mexican prasadam today. So this is exchange, loving exchange. Right? Then we're giving gifts to everyone and receiving gifts as well. We exchange with each other. And also we open our mind in confidentiality and listening confidential instructions. So this is reciprocation between devotees. It's called loving reciprocation. Shadvidhi priti laksham. Priti means love, with love. So we have to do with love. This element is very important. So exchange with the devotees. So let us do this regularly. And this, those who mature devotees, like Madhyamadhikaris, they exchange in this way. And that's how it goes. And sometimes, I'll give you a secret if you want. If you're ready for that. I don't know. If you're ready or not, I'll try. I'll get risk. If Krishna wants, let's see. Somebody behind the curtain giving signal. So sometimes devotees love other devotees more than Krishna. Oh. Are you ready for that? So more than Krishna. You know, what is the love? What is the goal of life? Goal of life is to attain bhava, or Krishna prema, means developing love towards Krishna. But some of the devotees, they create bhava, or this inclination of the heart, more stronger to devotees than to Krishna. And this is happening in the spiritual world. For example, who is the best devotee of Krishna? Yes. So, Radharani, recently we celebrated Radhashtami. Some of the devotees, they are more inclined to Radharani than to Krishna, right? Yeah? It's happening, right? So some of the devotees more close to Krishna, some of them more close to Radharani, some of them in the middle. It's called Samasnehatika. Radha Snehatika, Krishna Snehatika. So you can develop your love to the eternal associates of Krishna, eternal residents of Vrindavan. You can create love more to devotees than to Krishna. And this is bona fide, this is absolutely good. And Krishna loves it. Krishna gives you full mercy. Right? And sometimes it's considered to be even higher. But this is a little bit confidential. Yeah, so this is reciprocation between devotees and Krishna on eternal platform. So we try to learn here how to deal with devotees through these 6 loving exchanges. And if you want to get Krishna's mercy, we have to reciprocate with devotees very carefully and in this way, right? And this is very natural, because even outside people, they're doing the same things. They also exchange with gifts. They're also having nice lunch or dinner together, and they also sometimes open their heart to each other, and sharing emotions and love with. So that's what's going on. This is very natural. So we have to do this with the priti, with love, and on devotional platform. In this way, we can make progress and please Krishna.
Thank you very much, Gaura Sundar Das. It was nice. Very interesting talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for tolerating me today. Thank you for coming and listening. So we had our.
Now, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And last session at 8:15 for 15 minutes.
Okay, so it's a beautiful program, beautiful plan. So let us follow it. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Granthara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. ISKCON San Diego ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai. Prabhupada ki jai.